I see you now, DDC.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have Mr. Massar?
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Sorry. Hey, what's up? Sorry.
Sir, what's your name?
Massar.
Mr. Massar, this is Magistrate Chartea, sir. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 250-559-1001. You have an attorney. Go ahead, Counsel Nasser.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, and to your staff. May it please the most honorable court, Mohammed Nasser, P74485, appearing on behalf and with Mr. Amar Massar. Sir, please state your name for the record once again.
Amar Massar.
Judge, for arraignment purposes, defendant would waive the formal reading, stand mute, humbly request the court to enter not guilty plea on his behalf.
Thank you, counsel. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 24, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 3rd, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Massar, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand that, sir? Mr. Massar, do you understand what I just said to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Counsel Ragnan, give me a recommendation, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Nassar. Samuel E. Ragnan, P23-157.
Counsel Ragnan, you're going to have to speak up.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Turn up
People
your
are asking
volume.
people are asking for a $5,000 personal bond.
$5,000 personal bond, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Counsel Nassar, any objection?
Absolutely none, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. C is non-assaultive. He has metropolitan ties. Bond is $5,000 personal bond. Mr. Nassar, nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court and handle your matter. You can step aside. Thank you.
Thank you,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
DDC, do you
5,000
have 5,000? DDC, do you have a Kegler Johnson? He is number 2 on page 1.
Copy.
Fill it out. Nope, I did. There you go.
Kegler Johnson. Kegler Johnson. Say your phone. Get up, stand right there. Say your name, bro.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is LeBron Latavius Kegler Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Kegler Johnson. I'm Magistrate Chartea. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 250-55-72901. Sir, you have an attorney. Go ahead. Counsel Upshaw.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Randall Upshaw, P number 43574, on behalf of LeBron Kegler Johnson, Your Honor, we waive the formal reading, stand mute to the charge.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 26, 2025. Probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 5th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Taylor. Mr. Kegler Johnson, while this case is pending, there's no driving of any automobiles, motorbikes, mini bikes, motorcycles, tractor trailers, anything that can be driven on the road, you can't operate. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, Council Ragnan, your recommendation, please.
Well, people are gonna ask for $25,000 personal bond, Your Honor. This defendant, I believe, has already posted bond on another case, six charges, a whim, and a number of shootings, allegedly shooting someone else and him getting shot as well. But his bond, I think, was 500,000 that you may have posted 10% for him that you may have given to him previously. We're just asking for
So this-
$25,000 personal bond now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Council Upshaw, any objection?
No objection. I just would like to tell the court, this is a rewrite. I represented him previously when this matter was dismissed, and he was always appearing. So I'd ask for a personal bond, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond is $25,000 personal bond. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Kegler Johnson. You can step aside.
Motion
EDC,
every
we can
day.
go down the list.
Stand right there. Stand. Say your name.
Sir,
Mr. Spivey.
what's your full name?
We're at least 5.
Court, Mr. Spivey, I'm Magistrate Chartea, sir. You're here on a criminal matter. Your case number is 240-6033-901, sir. You do have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Rule of record on behalf of Mr. Spivey, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court date are February 26, 2025, probable cause conference followed by preliminary examination, March 5th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Taylor. Mr. Spivey, let me tell you some bond conditions. You're not to have any contract with the complainant Phoenix, Demetria Phoenix. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Counsel Vincent, this is from June 2023, and it appears that he has metropolitan ties. Go ahead, ask to the bond recommendation.
Yeah, that's all correct, and it's good to see you, Magistrate. Steve Benson, P71917. Mr. Ragnon, I'll take this one. Judge, I have that offense date in June of 23, and then you can see that warrant was entered about 17 months later. It is somewhat assaultive, but there's a lot of time in between this incident date and the present. I actually saw an APA note that said they hadn't had any further contact with one another as of October of 24. So maybe a higher personal bond. I think a no contact would be appropriate in any other conditions.
No objection.
Okay. That being said, Mr. Spivey, you're gonna get a $75,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court, handle your matter. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck. You can step aside, sir.
Stand right there. Say your name.
George McGill.
What's your name, sir?
George McGill.
George McGill. Oh, okay. Mr. McGill.
Yeah.
George Earl McGill L.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. I'm Magistrate Chartea. You hear criminal matter, case number 230-453. Let me repeat that, 230-450-3301. Mr. McGill, you have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Rule of record on behalf of Mr. McGill, L, waive the formal reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court date is February 25th, 2025. It is a pretrial in front of Judge Austin Garrett, 8:30 in the morning. Mr. McGill L, while this case is pending, sir, you are not to have any contact with Danashuba Baker. That means no person- Thank you. With complaint Baker, sir. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, and you're not to go back to the Cadillac Boulevard location. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I don't even live over there no more.
Okay, well, good. Then you don't have to, it's easy for you to follow those bond conditions. Okay, and then the last thing is on February 9th, 2024, There was a warrant issued for your arrest because you failed to appear prior pretrial. Bond was set at $500 cash surety by Judge Garrett. He's indicated that you cannot appear via Zoom and you must post bond.
I never got notice of a hearing because 3 days after the incident took place, I moved from over there. I've never been back over there since the incident occurred. I don't know where the woman is at.
Okay, all right,
Okay,
Mr.
hold on.
McGill, okay, Council Vincent,
Yes, Magistrate, thank you. Steve Vincent, P 71917. You're absolutely correct. There was a capias February 9th of 2024. You can see that this individual was arraigned August 6th of 2023. It's kind of interesting what the defendant had to say because there were a number of hearings in between that arraignment date and his failure to appear. And he's familiar with how the court works and how he needs to show up because I saw his prior convictions stemming all the way back from 1980. He's got armed robberies and aggravated assaults on his record. Most recently at a 2015 felony firearms that he ended up spending 5 years in prison for. Based on Judge Garrett and his directive that I saw in the ROA, we would just ask you to continue that $500 cash surety bond.
Yeah, Judge, he was just being honest with you. He didn't get noticed. He didn't appear only because of that reason. I mean, if he would have got noticed or if he didn't know, he would have appeared. Hasn't seen her in 2 years. He moved 3 days after the alleged incident and was gone. Any mail that would have come to that house, he wouldn't have gotten because he left. So if they mailed him a date, he didn't get it, Judge. So I'm just asking the court to give him a personal bond.
well, Judge Garrett has already indicated that he must post bond. This court is not gonna contravene what Judge Garrett has said. So his bond's gonna be $500 cash surety. And Mr. McGill L, I believe this is gonna be unaffordable. Is that correct, Council Reagan?
Yes, Judge.
All right, sir, that means you're gonna get another court date this Wednesday, February 19th, 2025, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConicle, who'll look at the bond amount and bond conditions. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand. Your Honor, look, I just got me a good job. If I stay here, I'm gonna lose my job. And I don't wanna lose my job.
Well, I don't want you to lose your job also, sir, but Judge Garrett has already put down that money must be posted.
But
Thank
Judge, you
you.
can change that bond. You can change Judge Garrett's bond if you choose to.
Not when
Yeah,
Judge
of course.
Garrett says,
of
defendant
course.
must post bond, counsel.
Well, Judge, he
And he
says that in
wrote it down.
well, he says that in all his cases, Judge.
No, he doesn't.
Okay,
Council Reagan, he does not.
okay. Thank you, Your
So
Honor.
bond is $500 cash surety, bond redetermination this Wednesday, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConicle. Thank you.
Stand right there. Say your name.
Christian Pratt, ma'am.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, Christian Pratt.
Okay. Christian Kevon Pratt?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Pratt, this is Magistrate Chuck there. Can you just put down your face mask for one moment?
Yes.
And then bring it up if you feel that you need to cover. It's up to you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pratt. I'm Magistrate Chuck there. Your case number is 250-55-49201. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
The way on behalf of Mr. Pratt, waive the reading stand mute. He's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 26, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 5th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson. Mr. Pratt, while this case is pending, there is, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, and there's no assault or combative behavior. You understand that, Mr. Pratt?
Yes, ma'am, I totally do. I promise you I will not.
All right. Also, Mr. Pratt, on February 12th, 2025, a warrant was issued for your arrest. Bond was set at $5,000, 10%, sir. This court does not have the authority to modify that bond amount. Counsel Douglas, are you appearing on behalf of the people?
Yes, Your Honor. Jennifer Douglas for the people, P 72748. Your Honor, it's felony capias, so at this time, it should just continue.
Counsel Reagan?
I'm sorry, Judge. Yeah, you said you had no authority to change it.
Oh, do not have authority.
Okay,
All right,
so,
with that being said, Mr. Pratt, you're gonna get a court date this Wednesday, February 19th, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConicle, who's gonna look at the bond amount and bond conditions. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah, so what is like my bond for now?
your bond is $500. So if you have
Okay.
$500, you can bond out. If you don't, you'll court date on Wednesday. Okay,
Okay, I have it in my property.
okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. That concludes your arraignment.
Thank you, Judge.
What's your name, sir?
Devin Hobbs?
Is Devin Ray Allen Haas, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, this magistrate chart there, case number is 250-55-90601. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Right, on behalf of Mr. Haas, waive the reading stamp mute. He's been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 25th, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination. Excuse me, March 4th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Haas, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel Ragnan, the charge is non-assaultive. He has ties in the state of Michigan. Go ahead with your recommendation, please.
People are asking for $10,000 personal bond.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Haas, you're gonna get a $10,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Go to court, handle your matter. Understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You can step aside.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hi, how you doing today? Stan. Oh, Stan.
Wait a minute.
Daryl Foster.
Is it Daryl D'Angelo Foster Jr.?
Yeah, Junior, ma'am. Daryl D'Angelo Foster Jr.
Thank you, sir. I'm Magistrate Chartea. You're here on a criminal matter. Case number is 250-55-90701, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Right, on behalf of Mr. Foster Jr., Your Honor, waive the formal reading stamp mute. He has been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 24th, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 3rd, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Foster, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Counsel Douglas, charge is non-assaultive. He has metropolitan ties. Give me your recommendation, ma'am.
Your Honor, there's no prior convictions on his lien, no objection to 5,000 personal.
No objection,
Okay,
Judge.
thank you. Thank you. Mr. Foster, you're gonna get a $5,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that concludes your arraignment, sir. You can step aside.
Thank you, sir.
Stand right there, say your name.
Javon Street.
Mr. Street, is it Javon Anthony Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Street, this is Magistrate Chartea. Sir, you're here on a criminal matter. Case number is 250-55-90801, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Right, on behalf of Mr. Street, waive the reading stamp mute. Your Honor, he's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 24th, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 3rd, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Street, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, with that being said, Counsel Coyle, charge is not assaultive. He has local ties. Give me your recommendation, ma'am.
Section 5,000 personal.
No objection.
Thank you. Mr. Street, your bond is gonna be $5,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go to court and handle your matter, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Say your name.
What's your name, sir?
Torres.
Is it Julian Angel Torres?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Torres, I'm Magistrate Chartea. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 250-55-90901, sir. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Afraid on behalf of Mr. Torres, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 24th, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 3rd, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Torres, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That being said, charges non-assault if he has local ties. Counsel Vincent, your recommendation, please.
Magistrate, at this time, we'll be recommending a personal, as you said it. It's non-assaultive.
No
Okay,
objection.
thank you. All right, Mr. Torres, you're gonna get a $5,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court, handle your matter. You understand that, sir?
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
Good luck. You step aside.
Keith Harrison.
I'm sorry, what's your name, sir?
Keith Harrison.
Is it Keith Allen Arrington?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Arrington, this is Magistrate Chuck Bass. Your case number is 250-559-1101, sir. You have an attorney?
No.
Lorraine, on behalf of Mr. Arrington, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 25th. Make sure. Miss Jamie? Yes. On murder. What is for exam?
At 1:30.
1:30? Okay. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Arrington. Okay, one, I'm gonna enter a plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 25th, 2025. It is a probable cause conference. That is at 8:30, followed by preliminary examination, March 4th, 2025, 1:30. Both matters are in front of Judge Shakay. Mr. Arrington, you understand those court dates?
Yes.
Okay. Also, sir, let me tell you some bond conditions. You're not to have contact with any witnesses in this case, and you're not to possess any type of firearms. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Counsel Douglas, go ahead.
Jennifer Douglas for the people, P72748. Your Honor, we would ask for a remand pursuant to MCR 6.106, as Mr. Arrington is charged with 2 separate counts of premeditated murder, first degree. Your Honor, we believe that he poses a danger to the public, as the allegations are that Mr. Arrington shot 2 individuals because he thought that they had taken his phone. Your Honor, here, given the lack of provocation, Your Honor, we do believe that that's an indication of Mr. Arrington perhaps being unable to control his anger. He does have a prior unarmed robbery from 2015, and given what the investigation report describes as far as witnesses go, it would seem that there is a high likelihood of conviction. So at this time, we are asking for a remand.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Judge.
Counsel.
This may
Go
be a
ahead.
question. This may be a question of fact. We'd ask for some type of some type of monetary bond, Judge, in this matter.
Thank you. Court had the opportunity to read the allegations in the investigator's report, heard the representations from both sides, uses clear and convincing evidence standard in this particular matter. Allegedly, this all started because the allegation of somebody took Mr. Arrington's phone. Okay. Allegedly, there's also allegation that Mr. Arrington suffers from mental illness, that the firearm belongs to his father, Arrington Sr. There was somebody on the phone, was listening to some of this incident. Court agrees with Counsel Douglas. Court does believe that Mr. Arrington is a danger. Okay, he's going to be remanded to the county jail. DDC, can you mark Mr. Arrington's file medical?
Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Arrington, that concludes your arraignment, sir. You can step aside.
That's right. Right, say your whole name.
Mario Bower,
Lady Jones.
afternoon, Your Honor.
What's your name again?
Mario Bower,
Mr. Mulware, this is Magistrate Chattea, sir. You're here on a criminal matter. And you have an attorney, go ahead, counsel.
Great, on behalf of Mr. Baldwin, Your Honor, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm an enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 25th, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 4th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Boulware, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. Do you understand that?
yes, ma'am.
Counsel Coyle, the charge is not assault if he has local ties. Give me a recommendation, ma'am.
No objection to $5,000 personal bond. He is currently on, I'm sorry, this one I would like 10,000 personal bond. He's currently on CCW HIDA status until October of this year.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Boulware, you're gonna get a $10,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Sir, please, no more firearms of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Go to court, handle it. Ms. Jamie, no paperwork on this. This is what was in. It was Mr. Arrington's. Okay.
Face the camera, say your full name.
Isaac Jones,
Mr. Jones, is it Isaac Keith Jones, sir?
yes, ma'am.
Mr. Jones, this is Magistrate Chattea. You hear a criminal matter, case number 250-444-7601. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Great, on behalf of Mr. Jones, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court date is February 25th, 2025. Pre-trial in front of Judge Austin Garrett. Mr. Jones, some bond conditions, sir. One is you're not to have contact with Adina Sanaz. Last name is Cenance. So no contact with that individual. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, and you're not to go back to the Fielding residence. Do you understand those bond conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counsel Reagan, does he need a police escort?
Yes, he does, Judge. One-time escort to get belongings.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Jones, you're gonna get a one-time opportunity with a police escort to go back to a location on Fielding so you can get some of your belongings. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Counsel Ragnan, your recommendation, please.
Well, people are asking for $25,000 personal bond in this matter.
No objection, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, you're gonna get a $25,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court, handle your matter. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'll just
Step aside, sir.
Thank you.
White line, face the camera, say your full name. Marvin Powell.
Mr. Powell, this is Magistrate Chattea. Hold on. Is it Marvin Tyrell Powell, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, this Magistrate Chattea, your case number is 250-444-7701. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
Great, on behalf of Mr. Powell, waive the reading, stand mute. He's been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Court date is February 25th, 2025. It's a pretrial in front of Judge Austin Garrett. Mr. Powell, while this case is pending, okay, let me give you some bond conditions. One, you're not to have any contact with Ziana. Thank you, sir. When I mean no contact, that means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging, sir. You are not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You're not to go back to the Gable residence. Do you understand all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel Reagan, does he need a police escort?
Judge, I don't believe they're staying together at this particular time, Your Honor. He's gonna go stay with his mom. So I don't know, Mr.
Okay.
Powell, do you have to have an escort? Do you need to go get some stuff from the property?
Yes, I do.
If he could
Okay.
have a comments for it, Judge. we
I don't
got it.
need it.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Powell, you can't go there alone. You have to go there with the police.
Yes,
Police
ma'am.
escort, so you can get some of your belongings. You can't go there and you can't wait outside the house. You have to arrive at that location with the police. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Because if you go there by yourself, even if you don't go in the house, you don't go on the porch, and even if you're in the car, that can be a violation of your bond condition. You have to arrive there with the police so you can get some of your belongings. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah, she don't have no keys to my house.
So Judge, one of my concerns is too, with the weather right now. So like, she's not there, right, Judge? She doesn't live there. She's not there. If he
Yeah,
goes-
but I don't,
Just
okay,
can I-
counsel,
Okay.
finish your argument then.
I'm just gonna say, because you got a house, I don't want, if there's no heat on and nobody at the residence, I don't want pipes to burst. I don't want things to happen. Now, if she's there, obviously he can't be there, but it's his house. He lives there. She doesn't live there. So that's all I was trying to say.
Okay, Counsel Reagan is listed that she resides there.
Yeah, that's
okay.
not correct,
So
Judge.
that's what the police report says.
I understand.
Counsel Douglas,
Jennifer Douglas for the
do you
people.
have new information?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any new information. I just have the information that's on the investigator's report as far as the address goes. Your Honor, you've already addressed no contact, so no objection to 25,000 personal. While Mr. Powell does have some priors, there's nothing on their face that establishes that they are assaultive, and the most recent is from 2012. So no objection to 25,000 personal.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, you're gonna get a $25,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Do you understand that, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. That concludes your arraignment, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next one. Okay. Right, right.
Say your name.
Say your full name. Michael Kendrick, Michael David Kendrick Jr.
All right, Mr. Kendrick, sir, this is
Ma'am.
magistrate Chadha, sir. You're here on a criminal matter. Case number is 250-55-91301, and it's Michael David Kendrick Jr., correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You have an attorney. Go ahead, counsel.
I'll bring it on behalf of Mr. Kendrick, where the written stand mute, he's been advised of his rights, Your Honor.
Thank you. On entry plea of not guilty, court dates are February 25th, 2025, probable cause conference, followed by preliminary examination, March 4th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Robbins. Mr. Kendrick, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Counsel Coyle charges non-assaultive. He has metropolitan ties. Give me your recommendation, ma'am.
No objection to 5,000 personal. Thank you.
No objection, Judge.
Thank you. All right, sir, you're going to get a $5,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. You understand that, Mr. Kendrick?
Ma'am.
That concludes your arraignment, sir. You can step aside.
Thank you. Right, line, facing counsel, say full name, swear to God. Roger Perez.
It's Roger Pettis, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm Magistrate Chadha. Your case number is 250-55-91401. You have a defense counsel. Go ahead, Counsel Reagan.
Philip Reagan, on behalf of Mr. Perez, Judge, where the written stand mute, he's been advised of his rights.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 26, 2025. It is a probable cause conference followed by preliminary examination, March 5th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Taylor. Mr. Bettis, while this case is pending, there's no drinking of any alcoholic beverages. There is no purchasing, no possessing, no selling. You can't even be around alcoholic beverages. You understand that?
Correct. Yes, I do.
There's no dragging of any automobiles, mini bikes, motorcycles, tractor trailers, anything that can be driven. You're not allowed to drive. Period. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Counsel Vincent, he has metropolitan ties. Go ahead with the bond recommendation.
Magistrate Steve Benson for the people, P71917. Unfortunately, we're going to be asking for a $75,000 cash surety bond here. We're also going to be asking for an alcohol tether. I think the allegations speak for themselves here. As well, this was caught on video where we have the defendant entering an intersection, speeding. Apparently 5 seconds before this accident, he was going over 50 miles an hour over that speed limit, which was 35 miles an hour. And then the defendant ended up hitting the victim's vehicle. And then that vehicle ended up careening into or onto a railroad track. That individual, I don't have the most current condition, but as of just following this incident, as you can see, he had a brain bleed. He was bleeding all over his body. He was ended up transported in critical condition over to Henry Ford Hospital. A couple of other things on top of all of these allegations. And then subsequently, we have the defendant. Let me just get to this. We have him fleeing from the scene. And then the police finding him shortly thereafter in the vehicle that he ended up hitting that person. And they, something, I guess, felt suspicious to these police officers. They smelled intoxicants. And then he ends up blowing what he did in the PBT. I have this defendant in the last 15 months being convicted of 2 different incidents regarding careless driving. So apparently this is what he does. Unfortunately, in this particular instance, though, there was an individual recipient to his careless driving. We don't know whether or not that individual is going to live or die. So respectfully, Judge, based on the allegations, based on the way it's charged, the injuries, as well as the history of this individual regarding his driving, let alone the drinking, we feel as though he's a danger and respectfully asking for that cash with monitorization, the alcohol monitorization.
Thank you. Go ahead, Council Reagan.
Yeah, Judge, I think no driving, obviously no drinking, no driving. This is arraignment. We're setting bond. We're not trying the case. All the facts are great, or everything the report that Mr. Vincent read will probably be put on by the prosecutor in the trial, Judge, if it goes that far. I just think that right now, no contact with alcohol, absolutely no driving, and let this matter play out in court, Judge. So I'm asking, I don't see any heavy history, Your Honor. He works every day, but one of the main things, Judge, is, and I don't know, people speed, people are reckless, doesn't give it an excuse, Judge, for anything. But when you drink alcohol and drive, that's a problem. And that's what the allegations say here. So no drinking, no driving. And that's a condition of bond. And we're talking about bond here, Judge. So I think the court could do that, and that would suffice at this point in terms of making sure that he doesn't drink and drive.
Okay. Council Vincent, you said he had 2 prior careless drivings. Those are civil infractions. Was he found responsible? Did he plead responsible?
No, he was found responsible. I have an August 6th. Actually, this only happened about 5 months ago. I have an August 16th of 24 over in Taylor. I have an October 30th of 23 out of Clinton Township. And then prior to that, I have failure to stop within an assured clear distance. I do have to say this one thing because it's brought up a lot regarding, this is or isn't trial and opening and closing statements. What the people bring before you, magistrate, are allegations, charges, everything to support the idea that a defendant is a danger. We're not making opening or closing statements. What we're trying to do is, because it's a 2-pronged test, we're trying to show you that a defendant is either a danger or flight risk. Here, he's allegedly both, because of what he ended up causing in this incident and then subsequently fleeing after he ended up causing to this individual. So I just needed to establish that, but we're going to stick to our $75,000 request.
Thank you. All right, courts heard the representations, both sides, uses clear and convincing evidence. When it's considering monetary bond, we started off with the personal bond basis. Okay, court did have an opportunity to read the allegations in this particular matter. Okay, court was not aware of careless driving, 2023, 2024. Okay, in this particular matter, court read the allegations going 55 miles per hour, 1 second before the event, 88 miles per hour, 5 seconds before the event, and then leaving the scene. Those are allegations. And it's for a trier of fact to make the determination whether he's guilty or not guilty, or if he takes a resolution on this matter. But at this point in time, the court does find that Mr. Bettis, he is a danger to the community. So he's going to be placed on an alcohol tether. He's going to be placed on a GPS tether. I believe he works. Is that correct, Council Reagan?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so GPS tether, work only. He's going to get a $75,000 cash surety. Mr. Bettis, that means somebody has to pay either $75,000 or the equivalent in surety for you to get out of jail. But you still have to have alcohol tether, GPS tether, which is an ankle bracelet. Okay, and I believe that this is unaffordable. Is that correct, Council Reagan?
It is unaffordable, Judge.
Okay, so sir, you're going to get another court date this Wednesday, February 19th, 9 o'clock, in front of Judge McConigal, who will look at the bond amount and bond conditions. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Okay, that concludes your arraignment, sir.
Thank you,
EDC, I'll see you on the female side.
Judge, Judge, and just let me say that I don't think the people, you're all set, sir. You're all set. I don't think that the people, you know, I think they do a good job of arguing their side and their position, but, you know, bringing anything new, you read the same report that they read. They're not there, I'm not there. And like how it used to be, you used to didn't get an opportunity to read the investigator's report because it's hearsay. The people would argue, court would have that, and the defense would argue. And that's how I think it should be, but obviously, you know, it's not. You get a chance to read it, and you read it thoroughly, and you read it over again. And, you know, so that's just, you know, part of what it is, Judge. You reading this report, you making a decision. You know, the people, they repeat the report. That's pretty much what happens, Judge, in this situation. Thank
Anything
you.
else, sir, that you want to
Thank you.
place on the record?
Nope, that was it. Thank you, Judge. I
No
appreciate
problem. I'll see. I'm going to get the females in a minute.
Say the full name.
Delma K. Gregory.
Thank you, Ms. Gregory. This magistrate at Chatham, ma'am, you're here on a criminal matter. Case number is 250-55-27601. You have an attorney, ma'am?
I seen one.
On behalf of Ms. Gregory, waive the reading, stand mute. She's been advised of the right.
Thank you. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. Court dates are February 26, 2025. It is a probable cause conference followed by preliminary examination, March 5th, 2025. Both matters are in front of Judge Jefferson. Ms. Gregory, did you hear the court dates, ma'am?
Yes, I did.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Ms. Gregory, while this case is pending, you're not to possess any illegal controlled substances. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That means if you don't have a prescription for it, you cannot possess it. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Counsel Foyle?
No objection to a personal bond in this matter.
Okay.
Objection, Judge.
I'm sorry, what was the amount?
I didn't get one, but Elson will be
Okay.
sufficient.
Ms. Gregory, you're gonna get a $10,000 personal bond. Nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail. Just go to court, handle your matter, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can step aside.
All right. Thank you, Yana.
I'll just
Thank
run.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I see the tan chair, say the full name. Yes.
Dominique Hayes.
What's your full name, ma'am, again?
Dominique Hayes.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. I'm Magistrate at Chatham, ma'am. You're here on a criminal matter, case number 250-444-7501. You have an attorney, Counsel Reagan. Do you wait for a reading, stand mute, sir?
I do, Judge.
Thank you. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Okay, Ms. Hayes, your court date is February 25th, 2025. It is a pretrial in front of Judge Garrett, Austin Garrett. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Let me tell you some bond conditions first. All right, Ms. Hayes, while this case is pending, you're not to have any contact with Shakira Butler. That means no person-to-person contact, no contact with third parties, no phone calls, no emails, no text messaging. You're not to possess any firearms or any other dangerous weapons, and you're not to go back to the Prevost residence while this case is pending. Do you understand those bond conditions?
Yes.
And the reason I'm putting that bond about not going back to the Prevost residence is because what I have listed is that Ms. Butler resides at that address also. So what I need to know is, do you need a one-time police escort to get some of your belongings, ma'am?
My mom, coming to get me, that's where I'm gonna be staying at.
So do you need a one-time
yes,
escort?
one time, yes, so I can get some of my
Okay,
clothes.
all right, thank
Yes.
you. All right, all
Yeah.
right. Ms. Hayes, you're gonna have an opportunity with the police with police escort to get some of your belongings. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, Council Vincent, recommendation, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent, P71917. You actually covered the people's concern, the no contact. It's being charged as a misdemeanor. At this time, we're not going to be objecting to a personal bond.
Okay,
No objection, Your Honor.
thank you. Ms. Hayes, you're gonna get a $10,000 personal bond. That means nobody has to pay any money for you to get out of jail, but we're taking you at your word that you're going to come to court and abide by all the bond conditions. Do you understand all that, ma'am? Okay,
Yes.
bond is $10,000 personal bond. That concludes your arraignment. You can step aside. EDC, I believe that's everything.
We have one more, Ms. Gregory.
Who?
Ms. Gregory Delma. Oh, she's done?
We did, Ms. Gregory.
Yes,
We're done.
Is this that guy with the second day?
Was that you? Is that you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here.
How you like your second day of work, man?
All right, second. All right, Officer Cuevas, have a good day and the rest of your
Thank you.
colleagues. That concludes
Hey,
our
Magistrate.
arraignment.
All right. Thank you, Magistrate. See you later.
Thank you, EDC. Thank you, Your Honor. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Great.
Yep.